guys, it's DT. Welcome back to the channel. Today I am back with another statue review. I've got here a custom Spider-Girl statue. So this is my first statue from this particular group. I do have one on pre-order that I'm very excited for, but you guys are gonna have to wait to see that. But they make some amazing pieces. If you guys wanna check out the group, I'll leave a link in the description down below. But I'm very excited to add this one to the collection. So let's go ahead and open it up. So we got the black foam with this one. So here's what we have. Looks like it's just one layer. Looks like we've got Spider-Girl over here on one side, and then we have the base over here. Looks like she's got all her fingers, which is always a good sign. She comes all wrapped up. And here's a look at that. She's kind of got the classic crouching Spider-Man pose with her knees kind of flared out to the sides and her hands in the middle there. We've got some nice detailing here on her fingers. That Spider-Man web texture on a couple of her fingers, and then the middle two fingers are kind of this sleek, silky blue color. We've got the web shooters on her wrists. She's got that same textured spider pattern on her shins and calves. And then we've got the more smooth and glossy leggings up here to match with her arms. And then she's got more of that spider detailing up here in this red portion. Of course, she's got the big spider on her chest and a couple other things that Spider-Man doesn't have. But you can see she's got a very well-defined, well-toned body. Swinging around to the back. Some really nice fine texture in that suit. Very glossy spider. All the lines look really clean. You can see her proportions are much more feminine, much more narrow in the lats, very small waist, and then of course we've got a very curvy bottom, very shiny as well. Very smooth on the soles of her feet, sort of like a ballet slipper. We'll get her head on soon. I think we get two portraits with this one. We've got the unmasked portrait, and then I believe in here is a masked portrait. So it comes nicely packed with a little bit of protection. Very nice looking portrait. We've got the Peter Parker resemblance with the dark brown hair, and then the face kind of gives us that whole Mary Jane vibe. Nice detail and coloring on the hair. We've got some fine strands in there, a little bit of highlight and shadow. Doesn't look flat. It's got some nice waves, like it's flowing in the wind. She's got a single earring on this ear, and then she's got a triple piercing on the right ear. It's got some nice blue eyes, glossy lipstick, a little bit of blush around the cheeks to give it some contouring. I think it's a really, really nice portrait. Look at that. Here is the masked portrait. As you can see, looks pretty much just like Spider-Man. Maybe a little bit smaller in the proportions, not quite as elongated. This one could almost be mistaken for Spider-Man if you don't see the softer jawline, or that the nose doesn't come out quite as far as on a male statue. Same texture, details, coloring as the body, and a very nice clean paint application. And then finally we have the base. It's a pretty heavy base. It's actually pretty large. I've seen pictures of this thing, and it doesn't look like it would be that heavy, but this thing has got some serious weight to it. Here we have kind of that eagle statue up here on the top. It's kind of got the metal texture. I guess it's not like a stone statue, it's more like maybe a metal plated statue. It got that steel sheet metal look to it. And then we've got more of a traditional stone base underneath that. Nice texture in there, a little bit of the blemishing of stone, kind of give it a natural look. And then on the very bottom, we have this museum style base. And I believe all the statues that come out of this line have a similar base. Of course, they don't all have the spider logo there, but they all have a very uniform look. It's kind of this black base, but it has these two silver accents on them. And then finally on the bottom, it says Mayday, Mayday, which I believe is her nickname. You're number 37 out of 75. Assembly on this thing's not going to be very difficult. I think we're just going to stick the body on and stick a head on. That's all we need to do. So I can stick the head on right now. Here's a look at the unmasked portrait. You can see a little seam in there, kind of see this horizontal pattern, so it kind of fits in. It looks like another added fabric seam, not necessarily a statue seam. Definitely shows you that she's not Spider-Man. There's obviously other signs that it's not Spider-Man, but having this unmasked portrait definitely makes it clear from the get-go. And here's a look with the masked portrait. So the seam kind of blends in. The neck is a lot skinnier than Spider-Man's would be. Okay guys, so here we have the base on the turntable. As you can see, it's gonna be a rather simple setup. We just have this body that's all in one piece, and we just have to add the head. We have a big key and peg, and then we have this kind of shallower key right here, and everything just fits on like that. There's a little indentation on the base for the right foot. The fingers all make contact. The feet sit nice and flush. And then let's go ahead and stick on her head. Okay, so that was probably the easiest statue setup that I've ever done, but here's a look all the way around. Spider-Girl. So Spider-Girl first appeared in 1998 in What If number 105, and it answered the question, what if Mary Jane and Peter Parker had a daughter? What would she look like? Would she have powers? Well, the answer is right here in front of you. She does have powers, and she looks like her parents. I already showed you guys a lot of this statue, so I'm just gonna point out some of the things I really like about it. Again, very simple base, but very solid. It's got this nice elevated platform for her to crouch down on. It works really well for these Spider-Man type characters that are up high. Again, great details on the costume. I like the kind of shimmery effect on the smoother portions. And of course, we have the nice texturing there on all the red portions. Her body positioning looks great. Very nice arch here in her back, which accentuates the gluteus maximus. Right now, I've got her with the unmasked portrait. I think this one is gonna be my choice just because it is so different, and it's definitely not gonna blend in with my other Spider-Man pieces. But I think this masked portrait looks pretty awesome as well. It's got not only a glossy look, but also kind of that iridescent pearl effect going on there. We definitely get those feminine features. The shoulders are not as broad, but she's still got a nice tapered back, which of course leads into the nice curvy bottom. She's not overly muscular. You can definitely see some tricep definition there, as well as some muscle tone there on her back. But awesome representation of Spider-Girl. This piece is not gonna take up a whole lot of room. We've got a circular base here with a diameter of about 10 inches, and the height on this thing is just a little over 20 inches. If you guys like this statue, I think they have some still available. Again, you can click the link in the description down below and head over there. They are planning some pretty awesome pieces over there, so you might want to check it out. But there you go, 2 thumbs up from me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.